What's good, everybody? Welcome in to the Early Edge, your daily sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, getting closer and closer to the NFL season. The best value in all sports betting, and it's not close. Now, there is nothing we hate worse at the brand than a crappy day. They don't happen often, but they happened yesterday. And you know the reason that a lot of people were very silent is everybody lost yesterday. But sometimes a bad day is almost worth it. Because gambling, Twitter, and Jeweler, bring me back on camera, please. Oh, you made it okay. 2 tweets I got. 2 tweets. Well, one I got, one I saw. Coach, you give out bullshit picks. You cost me huge last night on preseason unders in the NFL. Also, number 2, what does an undefeated NFL bettor have for breakfast? I had eggs, this man says. If you are touting yourself over winning a preseason pick before the season even starts, you're not a bettor. You're not. Let's bring in the stars of the show because I just felt so much better. Mikey, I was channeling you as I see these people. You have one bad day. Not even me personally. Just in general, it's amazing to me how quickly they snap like that. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach. Yeah, absolutely amazing there. And, betting lots of preseason football, obviously not something I would want to do. I'd hope that we would not be betting full units or overextending in the preseason. Definitely don't have time for any of that stuff. But good morning. Good to see everybody.
If you are betting huge on preseason NFL unders, bigger fish to fry than your boy giving them out. Now, when I talk about snapping buckets, you know that I'm like a hair trigger right now, that I'm on edge because we got a lot going on. So what do you think I did when I opened Twitter this morning? And I see this, whoever. Anyone have fun plans this weekend? And then who do I see right below? Oh, good morning, Devin. I'm going to the Costco to buy a vacuum this weekend. I preach all the time. I got hardcore cappers. I got the best. They'll look you in the eye. Laser focused. Now I've got to deal with this, that when I walk anywhere today, saw that hardcore buckets. Has he vacuumed his living room yet? What are you doing?
Buying a vacuum, Coach. That's all I'm doing this weekend.
Oh, my God. All right, take that down. Let's get into it. Storylines. And wouldn't you know, the biggest storyline comes from buckets today. All right, storylines that could affect the betting lines today. And I tell you what, this is a big, big weekend. Why, buckets, is this a big weekend? Floor is yours.
This is a huge weekend for soccer fans all over the world because we are finally seeing the return of 2 of the biggest leagues in this sport. Spain's La Liga and Italy's Serie A both return this weekend in full action. We're going to see the return of teams like Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus, AC Milan, and more. And I'm not sure if you knew this, Coach, but all of these Serie A games can be found on Paramount Plus.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
You don't think I knew that? You're telling me like I don't know that? Oh, my God, buckets. On my last nerve this morning, on my last nerve. You're lucky that Mikey's here. And you're lucky that I want the weather report. Mikey, you're up, sir.
All right. Very slow day in terms of weather. Not a ton of boosts out there. Only 2 spots that I have my eye on. San Diego Padres on the road at the Washington Nationals. Important. These 2 teams had a trade. Could be some extra motivation there for a few players. Plus 15% in home run hitting and run scoring across the board. And then Philadelphia against the New York Mets. Max Scherzer on the mound. We've got a 15% boost in terms of home run hitting in that one. Slight boost in Colorado at Coors Field, but other than that, everything else is going to play pretty neutral as temperatures are a little more mild than normal than we've seen in the last few weeks. We're seeing a lot of 80-degree days, not a lot of 95 to 100s today.
All right. Keep that in mind. The weather is so important. For those of you new to the brand, we do this on a lot of baseball days, especially when Mikey is here. All right, we got to get to our board, but before we do that, we got to pay those pesky little bills. Let's hear from one of our incredible partners. And we are back. All right. Because baseball has been so topsy-turvy lately, even the model. We opened up the model this morning, And this came out. We said, we got to play this. We just want to try it because at this point, I think everybody is over baseball. But we got to keep going. We got to keep cashing. We haven't had 2 losing days. That's it. It feels worse than what it really is. We're going to go Phillies on the money line tonight against Max Scherzer. Here's why. Over half of our simulations has them cashing. Ranger Suarez, 6-1. His ERA south of 3 in 9 road starts. Max Scherzer, yes, we're betting against Max Scherzer. In 3 starts against Philly this year, his ERA north of 4.2. We'll play the numbers. All right. Now, I don't care if you win. I don't care if you lose. I care if you do it with us. Because every single day that you get out of bed in the morning, it's a blessing. So don't get so worked up winning and losing. It's about doing. It's about the process. So, Mikey, it's a Friday. It is glorious, and I am so happy to be alive. So you know the drill. Son! Oh, it doesn't matter. We got a huge weekend. UFC, we got golf, maybe a little bit of tennis. But right now, I need a team total. M squared. Give it to me.
All right. You mentioned blessing, Coach. It's always a blessing when we get these New York Yankee team totals in favorable spots on the road. That's what we have today. Yankees on the road at Fenway. We're going Yankees first 5 team total over 2.5 minus 105. And I'm also playing the full game over 4.5 minus 110. I currently have 0.3 of a unit on each. Getting a lot of requests for the unit sizing because I include those in the SportsLine article. But about the play here, I want to pick on Nathan Eovaldi. At the surface, he doesn't look horrible. He's got a 327 weighted on base average, puts him right at league average. But where it gets super interesting is how often he's getting barreled up. 103 pitchers so far this season have at least 250 batted ball events against them. Nathan Eovaldi rates 102nd out of 103 with a barrel rate of 8%. Average exit velocity against over 90 miles per hour. Eovaldi is worse at home. A 398 weighted on base average at home is over 100 points worse than his 278 away from Fenway. We love it when someone's giving up barreled baseballs against the team that has the most home runs in Major League Baseball by 20. Yes, the Yankees have 20 more home runs than the next best team. Let's go Yankees team total over 2.5 and in the first 5 and 4.5 for the full game.
This feels like such a perfect spot for this. Listen to all those numbers, but then just watch Eovaldi pitch, and it all matches up together. I love those 2 plays today. Love it. All right, I'm going to go next. And a couple of these picks today, they're for that really nice gentleman out there that you are now a part of the biggest block party on planet Earth. So we're going to go 3 matchups today, round 2 matchups. Remember, they're in the afternoon, FedEx St. Jude. We're going to go Siwoo Kim over Terrell Hatton. Now, when Siwoo Kim historically gets off to a really good start, he continues to play well throughout the entire tournament. It's just what he does. When he goes the other way, he goes the other way. I think he plays well again today. JT Poston, he's been on fire the last 2 months. Minus 115 over Chris Kirk. Kirk shot over par yesterday. He just hasn't been playing that good. I love Poston in this spot at this number. Then Taylor Moore, you may not know a lot about him. He's a really good player over Brandon. Oh, woo. Brandon Wu getting in, playing good also later into the season. But Taylor Moore is legit. I love these 3 plays. Then I'm going to go a little teaser. So yesterday, we told you about the number, 70% to the under in the preseason for the NFL. So we played 200. We played the numbers. That's what you're supposed to do. So today, we're going to manipulate the numbers just a little bit in our favor. Let's go a teaser. Jets, Eagles, take it up to 42. Cardinals, Bengals, take it up to 37. And we're hoping that getting those extra 6 points will help us cash today. Those are my 4 plays. Now, buckets. I think you've realized that by reason of deduction, you are in the maestro spot today. And sometimes even when you get a compliment, is it really a compliment? Daniel in the chat says, can we all agree that we don't care if our betting experts are boring or not? Buckets, you can do whatever you want. Vacuum all weekend, baby. So even your people are calling you boring. Thoughts? No, don't need any thoughts. You're up. You're in the maestro spot. Give me some tickets that I'm going to cash all together at the pay window. Let's go.
We're going to be cashing our first ticket in the German Bundesliga 2nd Division. This match starts at 12:30 Eastern Time this afternoon, so you only have a couple hours to get this ticket in. We are taking newly promoted FC Kaiserslautern versus SC Paderborn. Kaiserslautern is a new team here in the second league, but unlike most teams that get promoted, they're not struggling. They're the second best scoring team in all of German soccer right now, only being beaten by their opponent this afternoon, Paderborn. We're taking both teams to score plus over 2.5 goals here at -130. Both teams to score alone was -200, so that extra goal helps us bring down the juice just a little bit here. Then we're going to France's League One, so the top flight in France this afternoon at 3 p.m. We are taking FC Nantes versus Lille OSC. This line infuriates me. Lille has not lost to Nantes since 2015. And this isn't some weird they play once every 10 years. No, they play multiple times every single year. Lille has lost twice since 2004. They are the wildly better team in this matchup, and we can get draw no bet at -125. That extra little safety net is worth it, but Lille is the better team. They will perform, and this is a great line for them here this afternoon. Then going to our third and final pick, we've got FC Famalicão versus FC Braga. This is in the Portuguese first division this afternoon, and we were taking SC Braga over 1.5 goals team total at +100. SC Braga are only 2 games into their season so far this year, but last week they played Sporting SC, who is the best defensive powerhouse in all of Portugal, and Braga scored 3 times. Now they're playing Famalicão, who conceded 2 last week against one of the worst teams in Portugal. This is one of those lines that just look kind of funny here, but the plus value is phenomenal on Braga this afternoon.
I just want to make sure that I'm clear. This is you infuriated? This is I'm infuriated. This is what you said. That's what you said. By the way, but most people don't know how the hierarchy works around here at SportsLine, the early edge. Who technically hired you to come on to SportsLine? Who did that? The name's Larry Hartstein. Say Larry.
Okay,
Hartstein.
Larry Hartstein.
Okay. All right. So the one thing I would never want to do is really tick off my boss. Would you, Buckets? I doubt you'd want to do that. Caesar in the chat says Buckets is the new maestro.
Oh, I didn't say that. That did not come from me.
Oh, grab your paper. Grab your pencil. Here is the recap. Oh, what? And just for you, Coach's bull beep picks of the day. Starting today, because they're all BS. I'm going to go Jets, Eagles, take it up to under 42. Cardinals, Bengals, take it up under 37. -120, little teaser there. Siwoo Kim over Terrell Hatton, -105. JT Poston, -115 over Chris Kirk. And Taylor Moore, -148 over Brandon Wu. Those are round 2 plays at the St. Jude. 2 team totals for M Squared. Yankees, first 5 total over 2.5. Yankees team total over 4.5. Then 3 plays from Buckets. Bundesliga 2, both teams to score. Kaiser, Paderborn. Then France League 1. He got infuriated when he saw this line come out. That means pound it. Lille, draw, no bet. Then from Portugal, we're going to go Braga, team total over 1.5. Then from SportsLine, only 1 play. Phillies on the money line, and take it at your own risk at +175. Jeweler, show your face. Jeweler, what would you say to a person who bet big on a preseason under and then blamed somebody else?
I'd say you're going to have a bad time when you do that. If you're betting big on preseason unders, you can do that. You better be super invested in, third string matchups, who needs a job, who doesn't need a job. I'm sure there is value to be had there. You're going to need to go really deep into that if you actually want to win.
Very good.
I will say for the gym today, we're just going to do what we did yesterday. We played the hot hand in Emiliano Grillo. Today, we're just going to play Tony Finau -130 over Matt Fitzpatrick for a round 2 matchup at the FedEx St. Jude. Finau was gaining tee to green and rolling in the putts. That's what you like to see. He's arguably the hottest golfer in the world right now, coming off of those back-to-back wins. So let's just take Tony Finau.
I don't know how you bet against him at this point. I just don't know how you do it.
And you look at the odds to win the tournament outright, and you got Finau's +700. So a lot of respect there. Only 1 round in.
Exactly.
Can I just also say something else to Buckets, because I was also recently in the vacuum cleaner market. Just just get the Dyson. No free ads. No free ads, but just go get the Dyson vacuum cleaner. Absolutely worth it. That's all I'll say. No free ads.
There you go. There you go. Thank you, Jeweler. By the way, a couple of you in there talking about golf matchups. On Thursdays and Fridays, they vary from book to book. They're all different. That's why we try to give you a little bit of information with the player. And if you have the player against somebody else, you can use it as you see fit. So Saturdays and Sundays, the matchups are more universal because it's usually the person they're playing with. That's how it works.
And
so
this,
they're all over the place. Yeah, Jeweler.
This matchup is at Caesar Sportsbook.
There you go. That one is at Caesar Sportsbook. There you go. All right. Another good show. Another good show. I'm interested. I wonder if there's going to be any video. Buckets vacuuming his new apartment. All right. There's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. You got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, I love them all. Buckets, M Square, Jeweler on the ones and the twos. Remember, do not get ahead of yourself. If you have a good day or week, keep it money management. All right? It's so easy to do that, and then you get upset when you have a couple of losing days. It happens to everybody. All right? Hang with us. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a ton of fun next week, by the way. College football futures, NFL futures, a ton of content. We're taping it in Nashville. We'll have it out by the end of the week. This is the Early Edge. Good luck.